So good morning to all of you and welcome to day 2 of Seniors Week. My name is Sharon Matthewman and I am the Seniors and Community Development Facilitator for the City of Chestermere. If you like cooking, then today's cooking demonstrations are a great opportunity for you to learn about traditional cuisine. Food is an important part of all cultures and reflects our unique history, lifestyle, values and beliefs. To kick off today's activity, I would like to introduce Karin Randhawa, a local resident who is very active in our community in different coalitions and committees. Kieran will be preparing a Punjabi traditional recipe. A copy is available on chestermere.ca Seniors Week if you wish to make this for yourself. And just to let you know that Kieran will be taking questions throughout, or you can leave your questions till the end. If you look on your screen, the right-hand bottom corner, there's a little bubble which says chat. Feel free to pop questions into that chat. Okay, Kieran, thank you. Over to you.
Hello everyone, my name is Karin. I'm going to teach you today 2 items for Punjabi cooking. First one is the chickpeas. So I will start teaching you guys and you guys can learn how to cook the chickpeas in a Punjabi style at home. So I will tell you first all the ingredient we are going to use for the chickpeas, and those one we need it to while we are cooking. So number one, I can show you if you can see here. This is the onion, the grinded onion, and the ginger and the garlic. So these all, I'm going to use these main ingredient for that. So now I will show you how to cook. I will turn on my gas, and as you can see, there is and the first we have to put two tablespoon of oil in it. And first we have to put the ginger in there. I can show you guys. Oh, sorry, the video was stopped. Sorry about that. So I think better I can put it in my hand. It's easy.
So Karen, we're trying to enlarge the screen. We're trying to do that at this moment so folks can see a better view. But a question has come in. How did you grind the onions, or are they chopped?
The grind the onion is you can put it in the grinder and grind it. And the chopping, like you can use the cutting board and do the chopping. The second item is for the chopping, but this one is you have to have the grinded one to get the good texture. So I just put the ginger in, and we have to make a brown the ginger first. So I just put the ginger. We have to make the ginger brown. So as you can see, so once it's a little golden brown, so we have to cook this one on a medium. And we can
Kieran?
put garlic.
Kieran, we're so sorry to interrupt. We've lost your video.
Again? Oh.
Yeah, you're there.
Okay.
Thank you.
I don't know why it's losing it. Actually, it won't allow me to use, I think it will allow me to use this way. Okay, so now I'm going to put the ginger. No, it's first I put the garlic, now I put the ginger and little bit this, little stir, and now we are putting the onion in, the grinded one. So these all is cook on the medium heat. And the while it's cooking, we can add only salt, not anything else. So I'm going to add salt is around the taste how much, but in the chickpeas, the canned one have some salt. So I'm just adding a little bit, not much.
So, Karen,
And
how long do you simmer that for?
this one we have to make them brown.
Okay.
Till it's brown. In the meantime, when it's getting brown, I'm going to put only little bit is whole cumin, or you can add powder or whole. It's totally up to you, but only this much, not more than that. Just little. And we have to keep stirring. We can't just leave it because sometimes it's touch and start burning. So we have to move it's called masala. So all is the fresh one.
How long do you normally cook the onions for?
Usually 5 to 10 minutes.
Okay.
Yeah, it's not more than that.
And what oil did you use, Karen? Can you use any vegetable oils, or is it a specific kind
Any
of oil?
vegetable oil you can use. You don't. It's not any specific. Whatever we use it at home. So any vegetable oil can be used for that.
Okay, thank you.
You're welcome. Only the thing is we have to cook them in low to medium heat, not more than that. Otherwise, it will start burning, and then it's totally taste different for the burning part.
So, Kieran, another question came in. Are you calling that a fresh masala?
Yeah, it's a fresh masala. That is right.
Okay, thank you.
You're welcome. So most of the time, I just want to. This is the way we do the Indian cooking with all our like gravy items. And some people don't like to eat uh, like chopped one. Don't like to see. They can use the grinded one too in the same way for the cooking. As you can see, it's going to be almost going to be brown. And I just got it the canned chickpeas, and these one I just got it from Superstore. It could be any brand, doesn't matter. Brand doesn't matter. So I just got it this one, either canned or if you want to totally cook from the packet, you can. But that one you have to soak for at least 4 to 5 hours, and then you have to boil them separate in the water, and then you can put it in here, but not before that. It's almost close to done. Almost.
So when you're preparing a masala, do you actually use the brine from the chickpeas as well, or do you rinse and drain them?
Just to drain them.
Okay.
Just to drain them, yeah. It's almost done. So I'm just placing for 1 sec. And I'm going to get the opener. So I'm opening the can now. And I open. So I'm just going to drain it. And then, as you can see, this is almost totally brown color turns. So I totally on the same air. So it's brown now.
So Kieran, would you say that the masala is a staple in Indian food culture?
Yes. So I'm going to show you guys. So now I drain it. So I'm going to put it here. Actually, before we drain it, I totally forgot. We have to add the turmeric is only this much, not more than that. Once we add it, that will, yeah, it's going to turn all yellow. So once we put the turmeric, right after we have to put, otherwise the turmeric burns so fast. So we can't wait. We just put the turmeric, and right after we have to put the chickpeas in. So as you can see, as they turn into the yellow color, now we will just cook them, check them, how they are doing.
So Kieran, if somebody wanted to use dried chickpeas, could they use them in this recipe?
Yes, so like this one, you can eat as is, no problem. And I'm gonna add a little bit of gravy, and you can add the gravy like you can add water in it and to let it cook the simmer, and then it will. But as this once is cooked, and yeah, you can use as is, as a dry, or you want to use with the gravy, you can add the gravy as much as gravy you want. Then you have to first you have to prepare more masala, the fresh masala, like all grinded ginger, garlic, onion. Those all we have to add more than if we need to use more gravy. Otherwise, it's gravy is not going to be thickness. Is going to be very watery. That's the thing. So that's the reason. So once it's like this, and
So
it's not totally
sorry.
up to us how much water we need to add in. So I'm not going to add much, just I can say 1 cup. So it's going to be like this, and then we can turn on the heat for this. Once we add water, but the dry one we can turn on the heat, it will burn.
So just going back to the dried chickpeas, because they are dried, would we not have to soak them before cooking them, or just use them direct in the recipe?
No, the dry one from the pack, that we have to soak them. We have to.
Okay.
Yeah. Otherwise, it's not going to work. So only these one can work. If it's boil, if dried one, you just boil it. If you soak and then boil, it will take less time. But if you soak, don't soak and boil, it will take a little bit longer. And then after that, you can put in the ingredient. Because the reason I want to tell you guys to use after that in the masala, because if you put masala and then start boiling, then all the smell, the texture will lose. So it has to be boiled separated. As you can see, so these one you can use with the samosas, or you can use with the rice, and you can eat with the naan, or any kind of, you can eat either way. And some people do, when it's a dry one, they put it in the bread and eat it. So this is, you can eat as many as types, because mostly we always make the chickpeas, because in Punjabi they like to eat the samosas. So with the samosas we always cook at home, or some people they do add like a tea bag in there to give them bit the little dark, like a blackish brownish color, just for the color. I don't use it because sometime when we using it give you a little bitter taste. That's the only reason. So I never use it. But some people they do use it to add while they boiling, they put 1 tea bag in there. Or like this, if it's like this we have to use in the can, then we boil separate tea bag in the water, and then we add that water here, then chickpeas will automatically change a color. So this is, I just add a little bit, as I told you, 1 cup. Now I'll be cooking is almost actually is cooked. As we can see, it is ready to eat, and you can taste if here. Now you can check, you need more salt or is okay, or but it's totally up to you to use it. So that's the way it is. So if you want more gravy, you can add more water. If you don't want, then you can use just eat as is. So it's ready to eat. But in this one, we are going to use this Kitchen King. Uh, you don't have to. If you want to give more texture and more smell, nice, totally Indian. So then I usually use this one, but not much, just very little pinch of a masala, just 1 or 2 pinches, not more than that, just very little. So this one is lost you for years and years. I usually use this like MDH brand. The reason is well known in India, and that's the reason I'll be using. So I'm just going to shake it here, just little. That's all, not much. So as you can see, I just put very little, and now we can mix it, and it gives you way two different smell and taste.
So Claire's just put in the chat box, that smells wonderful even from here. And I know if we were doing this in person, we'd all be clamoring around you to taste it.
Yeah. So if you want to eat like this, it's very thick and dry, you can eat as is, or totally up to you. I can add and show you, or we can add little bit gravy, little bit more water. I can say 1 or 2 cup, but not more than that. Because in the white chickpeas, we don't add too much gravy. So these one looks gravy, and we just simmer them just for a little bit, 1 or 2 minutes. Let them sim, let them start boiling, and that's it. Then it's ready to use. And only the Kitchen King we are using at the end, because that don't need to be cooking in the cooking.
So Karen, a couple of questions. Where do you find the Kitchen King? Do you find it at Superstore, or can you find it at any food store?
There is at the superstore, and Indian grocery store always have it. Sometimes superstore is out, sometimes they do have, and it's cheaper to get from the superstore. Honest answer, but all Indian grocery stores like Fruity Canna, all they always have this one, the Kitchen King. Yeah.
Okay, thanks. And another question from Jen. I have some garam masala. Would that work?
Yes. If because the reason I don't say, because not always the garam masala is everybody have it, or on the store is available. Garam masala, yes, you can use it, or same as a pinch, or 1 pinch or 2 pinch, not more than that. And because garam masala and the Kitchen King is the same thing, it just this one comes here, garam masala. Um, it also, we have to use it at the end, not in the middle anywhere. So look, as you can see, it start boiling and stuff. So it's done. This one, it's cooked. So this is the one item. And after there, if you want to do the garnishing, you can use a fresh coriander on it if you like, and you can garnish that way. It's totally up to you. Before you eat, just now I'm going to turn off the gas, because this is ready to use now. It's cooked completely.
Well, I think we're all going to come around your house for lunch, so thanks for the invite.
Sure. No, because these one is very good for one actually 2 to 3 person. One can is more than enough, and that's it. It's up to you if you want to use more, and then only the fresh masala you have to make more. That's the only thing, nothing else. Yeah.
And so I just want to remind everybody that Karen's recipes are on chestermere.ca Seniors Week if you wish to have a go at making it afterwards.
Yeah, that's right. So next one is the dal. I'm going to show you. This is the pink dal, and this is the yellow dal. So pink dal, if whatever the I just take just a little bit in a small. So pink dal, if for example the one bowl, and this one we need less than half the yellow. That's the way is the mix the ingredients. So I'm gonna pour in the bowl here. So then I will wash them, and then after washing I will show you. Just give me 1 sec.
So Kieran, while you're washing that, just a question about the last dish, or actually all of them. Can you make a double batch and freeze?
Yes, anything you can make and freeze them. That's not a problem, and you can use it later. Just
And doesn't affect the flavoring or anything, or the consistency?
yeah, it's totally up to you. Some people wants to cook a bit more. Yeah, they can cook more, and they can use it later. After once it's a freeze, you can use whenever you like it. That's not a problem. So for the dal, this dal I'll be making now. It is actually like for eating. It's very easy for stomach. The restaurant is called is Dal Tadka. So this is what it is. They call Dal Tadka. So this is the dal they use. So dal makhani is the different one, but this is Dal Tadka they use. So as you can see, is the dal is nice and washed. So I can show you guys. This is nice and washed. So I'm gonna put it in the here, and over here I have to use the water. So whatever the dal is, you have to make, if 1 cup dal, then 3 cup of water. Simple as that. So then we have to start cooking for this one. I will turn on the gas. Some as you can cook it, open this dal too, and you can cook in the pressure cooker or Insta. This is very quick one. Once the pressure comes in the cooker, we have to turn off right away. Otherwise, it's mashed so fast. So you can cook openly or you can the way you like. So this is the way. So I'm gonna let them boil this one. And this dal as well, because this is just the boiling. We can I'm going to boil just the dal, but we can do this one. We can put salt and turmeric in it and boil it too. So that's not a problem. Only the thing is with open, with the turmeric is boiled so much, and we have to be very careful for that. It's boiled so much. So that's why. So I'm going
Why do you have to be careful of boiling like turmeric? Does it affect the taste?
Actually, it's both ways. Different taste comes if we can add turmeric here and the salt a little bit, not much because we don't know, right? And then mostly what Punjabi do, they just put it in the pressure cooker, but they do any dal we can use the salt and turmeric in it. That's not a problem. And we can use the other way too. Yeah. So I can put it, and because the other one I show you guys how we put the turmeric. I can put here the turmeric and the salt, and then we can add separate masala. That's not a problem.
So do most Punjabi Indian dishes consist of turmeric? Is that like a prime ingredient in most
Yes,
Indian food?
any veggie, any. I think almost 99% we use the turmeric on daily basis. Yeah. So I just add the salt, as you can see, and so turmeric we don't use much. Just this much is good. Is actually is good enough. And let it boil. I will move it into the one side, this side. To let it boil. So I will cover it and then let them boil. And the other side, I'm gonna start making the masala for the dal. In the meantime, the dal is cooking. We'll make a masala for the dal.
I think with turmeric, it's the color that it actually gives dishes. It's so vibrant. It's just such a beautiful color as well as taste.
That's right. And it's good for our health too, right? Okay, here I take the pan and I'm gonna add just between 1 or 2 teaspoon of oil. We don't need much oil. Just this one is good enough. And for the first, I have the chopped ginger. I have chopped garlic. I have chopped onion. I'm gonna add to show you guys to add the tomato as well, but it's totally optional. You want to add or you don't want to add. The tomato is the not everybody's choice. So sometimes you can add the tomato paste too. And it's totally for the dal. I'm going to use little bit of cumin. Just that's it. Not much. Just I can say 1 to 2 pinch, not more than that. And first let it stir a little bit. Okay, it's a start, and then we are adding the garlic. So as you can see, and I just want to show you guys, see the boiling start. So this is we have to be careful for the dal. It's start boiling. And this is also on the medium heat I put it. Always at the start beginning we have to cook on the medium heat. And the dal is, I'm just watching it in case it will come up, so I have to slow down then. It is boiling. This is our daily base, that's why I can do both of them at a time. But if it's a beginner, they can boil the dal first and then they start making the tarka. See, the garlic is getting brown, and now I'm going to add the ginger. The main thing, we have to make little golden brown garlic, then we add the ginger. That's the always is good idea to give good texture and good smell.
So Kieran, I note that you're using fresh ginger, fresh garlic. If an individual hadn't got those to hand, and they got it in a packet or a little jar, could they use like ground ginger,
Yes,
ground garlic?
any.
Or,
Yes, any.
okay.
Yeah, that's not a problem. And now it's a little bit. Now I'm going to add the onion here. This is I cut just not too small, not too like medium size, half onion, not more than that. That
So
is
how long do you
cooking.
let the onions and the ginger and the garlic simmer for, until it's brown, or?
15 to 20, 10 to 15 minutes actually. Let them brown. So we need onion also to be brown.
So a
Because
question, sorry,
Mhm.
Kieran, sorry to interrupt you. A question, Jen is asking, what is Tarka?
This is tadka.
What
This
you're
is
making
called
now
tadka.
is called Tarka.
Yeah,
Yeah,
this is
okay,
called we,
thank
we
you.
call tadka. Yeah,
Thank you.
you're welcome. So that's what they call dal tadka. This is the tadka cooked separate. Any dal, we made the tadka like this on daily basis. All Punjabi. So this one is this actually this dal is very good for stomach. And if like somebody don't feel like to eat anything or don't feel like to feel better or some, so this is the dal that person usually eat. Is very light than other our dals. This is the lightest one. It's very easy to digest.
I am sure I can smell the onions through the screen. I'm sure of it.
Yeah, so now it's all virtual. If because of the COVID, if it's a restriction lift up, I can show and you guys can taste. No problem for the cooking.
Next year, 2022, we'll be doing this again, and we'll all be tasting, believe me. You
Sure,
know, food is a big motivator, it draws the crowds.
that's right. So dal is cooking. We only check the dal like as long as it start mashing. It's not yet, but it will cook by the time is tadka is ready, I believe, or maybe little bit longer. We can make the tadka. We can't leave open then the tadka. If we get ready the tadka, we have to cover, otherwise all smell will be out in the house and not going to be in the tadka, or not that smell going into the dal.
But so Kieran, for folks who are on a budget but they want to try Indian cooking, what kind of price do the ingredients cost to make this meal? What would you say?
It's actually not much. Just the regular like we use for the house grocery. All other groceries is the same. Just mostly ginger, garlic, and onion is the main thing, right? And those actually we Indian buy these dal in whole from wholesale. Superstore club, they have almost all of them, because dal can last for years and years. And because we have to cook almost daily basis dal or some sabji or something, so we buy whole from wholesale, and it's very cheap and it stays for few years. I can say 3 4 year, right, easily.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So for
So
a family of four, then, would you say cost-wise around $10?
yeah, that is right. Not more than that. That's right. And in the dal, if for example you think the water is less, you can add more while it's cooking. But once it's cooked and then you feel is water is less, then you have to add the hot water in it. Either you can boil or you can get from the top and then give them one boil for the dal, or then every all is mixed, then no problem. So as you can see, I can show you guys, is almost tarka is ready. So I will totally put it on sim. I don't want to burn. And for this one, I am going to add the tomatoes. So here we can add the tomato.
So another question for you, Karen, in the chat box. Is Punjabi cooking primarily vegetarian?
Yes, and same way we can cook the meat at home too, from the store. Is same way that we have to get it ready. Those all the masalas. Only the in the chicken or goat meat, we use grinded masala, like a fresh always, chopped, not chopped, but the grinder, ginger, garlic, and onion chopped, and the same way I showed in the first recipe. Then instead of chickpeas, you can cook a chicken. It's totally, totally uh, up to you guys. And the only thing, um, you can get the cooked masala get ready, and you can freeze as well. That's not a problem. And then you can pack in the small portions, or you can make ice cubes to use it later, or you can just grind everything and keep it in the freezer. Whenever you need, you just take out the piece and just go then. That's the way the pasta cook. You don't have to grind every time. So you just grind the onions, ginger, and garlic separate, and make ice cube and put it in the Ziploc and leave it in the freezer. When you need, just take it out one cube for each. And obviously, onion one is a bit bigger one, so you can use two ice cube for the onion, and one for the ginger and garlic, and it's good to go. So that's the way. Now you can see I add the tomatoes, but tomato totally optional. Is you don't have to. If you want to, yes, it give different texture, different taste. But some people don't like the tomatoes, and sometimes we don't have tomato at home. It's not like if we don't have tomato, we can't cook. We can cook. That's not a problem. So this is very nice smell. I can tell you guys, smells so nice.
Thank you for that. You're making us all very hungry. So what would you normally serve this dish with then? Naan bread, rice, other vegetables? What would you serve it with?
You can make with the rice, and you can eat with the naan, or we make usually roti at home, daily basis roti, or or you can dal rice is also we eat as a dal rice. Yeah, we can eat that too, and you guys can eat that with too. So with anything you want to eat, some people they do eat with the bread actually as well, because it's kind of jello soup, right? So it's still cooking. I just want to check. It seems like it's done, but I just want to check. It seems it's done actually, but we can check like that. So if is going to mash it, is almost is done. As you can see, is mashing up. So it means it's done.
So for anybody wanting to make this dish at home, is this quite a mild dish? In fact, any of the
That is
dishes,
right.
yeah,
Yeah, no,
it's
it's
quite
very
mild.
mild one.
Yeah,
So
so it's
I
a good
don't,
way to get
as you can
into
see,
Punjabi.
I don't use any chili. You can use green chili here and over there too, or red pepper if you want to make it spicy. But actually, uh, in my family, we don't eat spicy food. So that's why we just, you can add the black pepper here if you want. You can add, I can show you right here. So I have the grinded one, the black pepper. So I mostly use the black pepper, just little bit, just add it. But I don't use red pepper. I don't have at my home any red chili. I don't use. Only green chili sometime I use. But there is in a green chili, there is some has very light green chili. So that's what, as you can see, this is all ready. I just want to show you, either you can pour a little bit here and see, or the all masala I'm going to pour into the dal. So I turn off the gas and all the masala is here. So here is also another thing. So this one, this is very good texture. You want to make more thick, let it more cook. It will become more thick, the dal. Or you want a little more soupy, you can add water and cook the boil it, and here you can check the salt. If it's okay, you can add whatever you like, because we already add the turmeric. And also now we can add the kitchen king masala here too. Same, just 1 to 2 pinch, not more than that. I'm just shaking. So that's it, not more than that.
So Karen, a couple of questions. Somebody's put in, Jen's put in the chat box. Put the chili in the tarka or the lentils?
Yes.
Which one?
Which chili?
No, the question is, sorry, put the chili in the tarka or the lentils? Where'd you put the chili?
No. We don't put the chili in the tacos. No.
Sorry, in the tarka. Do you put chili in the tarka? No.
In the tadka, yeah. You put
Yeah.
the chili in the tadka, yes.
Okay, in the tarka, not the lentils.
And that one you can put even not right after the onion, because then if it's chili is sharp, then you can't maybe take a breath because it is very sharp. Only when we add tomato, with the tomato you can add green chili, not before that. Yeah, really
Okay,
at the end. If it's no
okay,
tomato,
and another
then
question: are dal similar to lentils?
Yes, all dal is similar. I can send you all that picture, Sharon. You can post it. Those all the dal we do cook on daily basis. Those all we use. That's not a problem.
Okay,
and
thank
this
you.
is, as you can see, it's ready and ready to eat. So this and other dal actually to cook openly, it will take I can say maybe 1 hour. So if you have insta or pressure cook, you can pressure cook them. That's the easy way, because only this dal we can openly cook and won't take much time, but all others they do take a time. So mostly Punjabi, either they have a insta pressure cooker or they have just the regular pressure cook. Yeah, to boil them separate and then make a tadka and give it to. This is what it is. If any question anybody have, I'm ready to answer. Not a problem.
Okay. Does anybody have questions? You can unmute yourselves if you wish, or you can type questions in the chat box.
Yeah, for this one, like you can garnish with chopped fresh coriander. At daily basis, this is I just show the basic cooking. on daily basis we don't use too much masalas or too many ingredient in these ones as a restaurant use. This is our like a daily cooking, not harsh for the stomach, is easy to digest and stuff. This is the regular, but all Punjabi cook that way at home. If in guest invite, yeah, then it's totally different. We add more spices in it, but uh, uh, not on daily. Like restaurant, they add more spices in it. But then is you can't eat everyday restaurant food, so that's the way.
So Jen was saying next year you can make samosas.
Sure, no problem. Samosa is only to preparation recipe is a bit longer. To make samosa is easy. Just put the potato in it and close it and fry. Only to make the dough and the boiled potato, make the potato masala to put all the spices in the potato to mix them up, mash them up. So those only is the procedure. The preparation is long, but to make samosa is not very long. So once all the preparation is there, then is just I can say 5 minute work. Just put in the stuff and just make it and fry. And usually in Punjabi, what we do when we cook samosas, we just make them half fry and freeze them in the freezer. And like for example, 50, 20, 50 to 100 samosa we usually make, not less than that because it take a while. And then half a fry we freeze them in the freezer, and then when we need we just fry them in the fryer. Take it out from the freezer few hours before and then just put it in the fryer and make a proper cook and eat with the chickpeas and some chutney, or sometime eat with the ketchup. It's totally up to you.
Oh, dreaming of that kind of food. Oh my gosh. And you know, the good thing I like about the two dishes that you've actually done this morning is they're vegetarian. They will accommodate people with dairy issues as well, or gluten issues. So most people's dietary needs, those dishes you've actually made this morning, they're pretty accommodating.
Yeah, for the dairy, if somebody has a dairy issue, they cannot eat at the restaurant that the butter chicken or mm, or those so one of the dal is there, dal makhni is called. That is also has a butter and cream in it. Actually, main is cream and and the paneer. Obviously the paneer is those all other one don't have
Yeah.
yeah.
So anybody who's going to be making these recipes, I think you should send them into City of Chestermere Seniors Week, and we can actually show them. I think that would be fabulous to see people's dishes. Next year, Karen, we'll have a judging competition. Okay, so if there's no more questions, you have made us incredibly hungry. You really, really have.
Yeah, so
So,
as everybody knows how to cook rice, but we usually cook, we cook for one glass, a small glass of rice and 2 glass of water, and let them start boiling. One is to start boiling on high heat, put it on the medium heat, and then after a few minutes, when you can see the water is almost going to be soaked, then put it on a low, and once the water completely soaked, turn off and leave it for 5 minutes as closed lid, and you can go ahead and eat.
yeah, bring on the Indian food, the Punjabi cooking. Good grief, I'm so missed that. That is one of my favorite foods. Okay, well, Kieran, thank you very much for taking part in the Seniors Week. So anybody, if you're not sure what to cook for supper tonight and you haven't already got the ingredients, go out and get them. It was an absolute pleasure having you as a guest presenter for us, and oh, like I say, it was fantastic to watch. So thank you again.
Thank you so much, everyone. I really
So
appreciate that.
you're welcome. So today, just a reminder, at 12:30, we have a Greek cooking demonstration with special guest executive chef George Klironomos from the Plaka Green restaurant in Chestermere. And then to finish the cooking demonstrations, we have the Cocinando con las Latinas, which is Spanish food at 2 p.m. with special guests Olympia Himsolo, Monica Franco, and Gabriela Galina. To finish the day off, we will have Kay Clark from the Chestermere Historical Society talking about Chestermere Hall history. That is a Zoom link. If you go to Chestermere Seniors website, you can see the Zoom link there. And talking about food, just to let you know that the Baked Potato Bar at Camp Chestermere is still open if you want to book your meal for $7. The Lions Club have actually made a donation towards the cost of this. So 5 p.m. tomorrow is the closing time for that. You can call them direct or you can go on to Camp Chestermere website. So thank you very much, everybody, for attending this presentation today. Again, thank you very much, Kieran. It was just fantastic to watch. If you can join us later, fantastic. If you can't, have a fantastic day, and we'll hopefully catch you sometime later this week. So from myself and City of Chestermere and Seniors Week Committee, take care and goodbye.
Thank you. Goodbye, everyone. Have a nice